Hello YouTube. I know it's been all over here, but for those of you who somehow find this video, how's it going? In another video I'll explain, the hiatus and everything and all that nature, but right now I just want to try to get back into making content for fun. So let's just jump right into my thoughts on a Black Ops 6 beta. Now, yes, this video is quite late as the beta ended over a week ago, but still, I want to get my thoughts out there and just get my bearings back. But starting off with the good, the Omni movement, I think that is probably one of the best features that they've ever added in a Call of Duty, at least in the last 5-6 years or so. It's very fluid. It's fast-paced. It makes for crazy clips. At first, like the first few hours of the game, it was kind of weird to get used to, because obviously we've never been able to sprint, dive, shoot in every direction and all things like that. But overall, pretty solid. In terms of gameplay and weapon balance, everything felt pretty solid. I would say everybody was using every gun. Nothing was too overpowered outside of the Jackal PDW, but that got nerfed for weekend 2, and it was still usable. It wasn't like unusable. It was just the damage rating was toned down. The TTK, time to kill, I actually quite liked it. Compared to recent years, it's about on par with both Cold War, MW2, and MW3, that type of stuff. So I don't really mind it. I like games with longer times to kill. It just, people who have better aim, they're going to win the gunfight. So I kind of like it that way. And the UI, not much to say about it, except that it's a much needed improvement from the last few years with all these menus and tabs and things, and it was so confusing to navigate. Moving on, though, I wouldn't say these are bad things, but the only issues that the game had was the netcode and packet loss. The first weekend, it was like every other game. It was choppy, packet loss, stutters, kicked out of games and things like that. It is a beta, so I wasn't expecting too much, but yeah, that was a major issue. Going into weekend 2, it was pretty damn smooth. I didn't have any issues with it. Now, I play on a Xbox Series X, but I had friends on PC who were still getting lagged during weekend 2, so hopefully when the full game comes out in a little over a month, that'll all be smoothing out. Spawns are a big issue in this game. In the beta, we had 4 modes. We had TDM, Domination, Hardpoint, and a new mode called Kill Order. Outside of Domination, the spawns sucked. The maps did not flow properly. The spawns were pretty bad. TDM was okay, but other than that, it was pretty bad with the spawns. Flinch on the snipers, I think, needs to be reduced. Especially in this game where everything is so fast-paced, so, all over the screen and things like that. The sniper flinch could use a reduction. It doesn't have to be crazily reduced to the point where snipers feel OP, but they should still be usable. Now, tac sprint, I'm just a hater. I don't, that's not really a bad thing. I'm just a hater. I don't really like it. I prefer like the traditional Black Ops Treyarch movement where, your normal sprint speed was just fast. I wish they would go back to that. They won't, but I personally wish they would. And another thing would be to allow us to loop score streaks. Looping means basically you could earn them multiple times in the same life. Right now you can't. They did say in a podcast, I'm not too sure, that it was intentional and they don't plan to change it, but they are still looking at feedback. So that's one thing I would like. Now, these are like things that I'm 50-50 on being good and bad. I just gotta wait to see more. Starting off with the maps. In the beta, we have about 8 maps. I want to say, I think about 5 regular maps, like for 66 modes, and then 3 strike maps, which are like 66, but it's on like really, really tiny maps with no score streaks available. It's just straight gun, TDM, kill confirm, that type of stuff. The maps were, I want to say, a 6-7 out of 10 overall. I didn't really play the strike maps too much outside of the pit, which I enjoyed, but for the regular maps, I want to say I liked about 2 of them. 2 out of the 5. The one you see me currently playing on, Skyline, this is my favorite map in beta. And Babylon. Babylon is like a really tiny map. It's like this game's version of Shipment. Me personally, I like the chaoticness, so that's why I enjoy that map, even though it spawns in it work crazy. I know they did say that this game won't have any large maps, mainly focus on small and medium, which I'm a fan of, but at the same time, I have to see how the other maps are. Some of them are kind of off-putting to me, like Derelict and Scud. I didn't really like those maps. Rewind was like the biggest map that we played on, and it was okay, but I think certain modes play better on it than not. The meat shield mechanic, the only reason why I'm 50-50 on it is because I think it makes great content. It's hilarious. People have been posting clips on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all of it. It's just some people might take it too far, so I don't know if they will keep it in the game or not. The last thing, the gunsmith, is the same thing, to be honest. The only difference really is that there's a dedicated melee slot, which is kind of easy to forget about because you have to hold your melee button now to pull out your knife. But it is cool that you don't have to use a weapon slot for it, so I guess when the full game comes out, we'll really see how that feature is. Overall, though, I give the beta a solid 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I was maxed level weekend one, day one. Me and my friends were playing pretty much all day. I think, as long as they keep communicating with us, the maps that we've yet to see are good. The netcode is fixed, and the ranked mode is thought out, fun. And they did say we're getting that early in season 1, so that's good too. I think that we're in for a good year. But that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm out. Peace.